The Last Vermeer. We could say that The Last Vermeer is the kind of film that some will enjoy, will like, and others will reject. If you look at the reaction of critics, there have been some who have appreciated Variety, for instance, the critic from Variety, the one who wrote about this, said something like it's not challenging the viewers too much in terms of thinking, oh, what could be behind this, and now what is the point of that? But it's engaging, captivating. It's not a quote, but I hope I have some of the sense of what Variety says. But then there are critics who turned off by the performances. Something like, given that this film is about fakes, we can say that the actors try hard to be something they're not. And it is a fine line there. Guy Pearce, a monumental actor, from Priscilla, Queen of the Desert, what a role. Which, by the way, his performance there in Priscilla reminds me of his role as Han van Meegeren here. Flamboyant, over the top, exotic character. LA Confidential, Memento, the list is long, and Guy Pearce is Animal Kingdom is fantastic. Here, again, you could be with Variety and like it, or you could be the Globe and the Mail, is it? Criticizing, very unhappy with the acting, and the hero, anti-hero, of the narrative of the feature is controversial, is a combination of arrogance, exaggeration, cunning, talent, but even that is controversial. So, in a few words, what happened is this anti-hero, let's stay with that, has come out of the war quite well off, it looks like. We see him at the beginning in surroundings with art and quite comfortable. When people around him in Holland and elsewhere were suffering shortages and so on. True, he's giving all he has to his wife. He's separating, divorcing, he's in a divorce. So we have always pieces of the puzzle added, and we have a lot that we don't like, but then there will be some elements that throw a different light on the canvas, on the portrait of this complicated man. So he's suspected of having collaborated with the Nazis, and as such he is facing the death penalty if convicted. But as we advance in the plot, we see that there's more to the story. as in he sold the painting to Goering, and it's a record. He sold it for 2 million. I forgot the figure, but let's say 2 million golden, and it's a record, but it proves to be something more than what we see at first sight, because what's his name? Megaran seems to have cheated, to have pulled a fast one on the top Nazi official, and sold him a fake portrait, a fake Vermeer. We also have part of his history, as he loved to paint. Even now, he's asking his guardians to provide him with paints and canvas to paint, because that's his passion. But critics, when he had an exhibition with his art and his creations, said he is no good. Not just destroyed him, but blew him to particles or something like that, I think he says. Be that as it may, it's difficult to say if if a toilet bowl is art or not, or as in recent years, art is shit packed in a can that was placed in art, or a cow or sheep sewed in half and placed in formaldehyde, Damien Hirst. If that's art, I don't know. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So if he was not good as an artist, as creator of new portraits, he was excellent as a, can we say, a forger? As a copyist, he can copy masters wonderfully. So that's one side of him. A note on Claire's Bun, Captain as Joseph Pillar, excellent. Vicky Cripps, Nina Holmberg, the assistant lover of hero, anti-hero, married. She's also a model for him, and when she's modeling, it's extremely erotic. Now I was thinking this is wonderful. This woman with a huge sex appeal, if that's correct to say, given that nobody's watching by now. I think I can say that. I don't know. I think we still are allowed to appreciate something beautiful but attractive when we see it, I guess. If not, well, it's so wonderful that we don't have many people watching this, and so we get a deluge of insults and demands for apologies, or I don't know. As it happens with people who have to retract cancel culture. And a note, August Diehl, a German actor, he's a detective, the Dutch detective here, because there are clashes between the Allied forces have a temporary, they act as a temporary sort of government, but then they will have to give over, and then the Dutch seem to have selective justice for a while, and Old Boys Network, they get some in, some out, some of those accused of collaboration and so on. So he's a detective there in conflict with Captain Pillar, a Jewish man. He was one of the stars of A Hidden Life. He had a leading role in A Hidden Life, and a very special film that was and is. So, The Last Vermeer.